يقول راجي عفو رب سامعي محمد بن الجزري الشافعي: الحمد لله وصلى الله على نبيه ومصطفاه محمد وآله وصحبه ومقرئ القرآن مع محبه. وبعد إن هذه مقدمة فيما على قارئه أن يعلمه، إذ واجب عليهم محتم قبل الشروع أولا أن يعلموا مخارج الحروف والصفات ليلفظوا بأفصح اللغات، محرر التجويد والمواقف وما الذي رسم في المصاحف.
على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. O Allah, teach us what benefit us, increase us in knowledge, in good morals and in good deeds, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we thank Him for blessing us to come and learn about His book and how to recite His book in the proper way. We are still explaining Al-Jazariyya, the most famous poem in the science or the art of tajweed, which is by Imam Muhammad ibn Ali ibn Yusuf ibn al-Jazari, rahimahullah ta'ala. And we are still in line 14. So what did Imam al-Jazari say, rahimahullah? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. يقول راجع في رب سامعي. Say if you know. محمد بن الجزري الشافعي الحمد لله وصلى الله على نبيه ومصطفاه محمد وآله وصحبه ومقرئ القرآن مع محبه. وبعد إن هذه مقدمة. He's saying this is an introduction. فيما على قارئه أن يعلم. An introduction in what the reciter of the Quran has to know. This is what every reciter of the Quran has to know these things. فيما على قارئه أن يعلم إذ واجب عليهم محتم قبل الشروع أولا أن يعلموا مخارج الحروف والصفات. He's saying it is a necessary obligation for them to know before they start. Before they start what? Reading. أن يعلموا, to know what? مخارج الحروف والصفات. Before the Muslims starts reading the Quran and holding the Mus'haf, he has to learn the makharij and the sifat. And we are still in the section of makharij al-huruf, which means what? Which means the places where the letters are produced. Or in English they call them what? The places of articulation or the points of articulation. Right? إذ واجب عليهم محتم قبل الشروع أولا أن يعلموا مخارج الحروف والصفات. Not only where the letter is produced, but how is it produced. Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it مقلقل? Is it مجهور? Is it مهموس? مخارج الحروف والصفات ليلفظوا بأفصح اللغات محرر التجويد والمواقف. Also knowing the tajweed rules and waqf rules. Sometimes you should not stop on certain words. Sometimes you have to stop on certain words. So tajweed is not only to know the makharij and sifat, also you have to know how to stop and where to stop. And subhanAllah, I feel very annoyed when I hear many imams, they're reading and they stop in wrong places, they cut the meaning, they change the meaning. But for you, you're fine. You don't know what's going on. But for someone who's really knowing the meaning, wallahi, it's annoying. It's annoying to hear how the meanings are being changed. So stopping changes the meanings, and this is why, guys, as teachers, it's very important that you teach the kids right from the beginning. Teach them the right waqf. Let them memorize the ayah right. Let them memorize the ayah right. When they memorize it right from the beginning, they will keep it this way. If they memorize it wrong, I have some old men, some sheikhs, some imams, they memorize it a certain way. You tell them, they keep forgetting because this is how they got it. Then maybe if they do some practice and they are serious, they can change it, but it's not easy. So keep this in your mind. مخارج الحروف والصفات ليلفظوا بأفصح اللغات محرر التجويد والمواقف وما الذي رسم في المصاحف من كل مقطوع وموصول بها وتاء أنثى لم تكن تكتب بها. That was the introduction that we already covered, explained. Then we move to what? The second section, which is Makhraj al-Huruf that we are in. What does he say, rahimahullah? Makharijul
حروفه 17 على الذي يختاره من يختار.
الحمد لله. مخارج الحروف 17 على الذي يختاره من اختبر. Then للجوف ألف وأختاها وهي حروف مد للهواء تنتهي، ثم لأقصى الحلق همز هاء ومن وسطه فعين حاء أدناه غين خاؤها والقاف أقصى اللسان فوق ثم الكاف أسفل والوسط فجيم الشين يا والضاد من حافته إذ ولي لضراسة. This is where we stop, line 14. لضراس من أيسر أو يمناها. That is what we covered already. We covered the ضاد and we explained the ضاد. Now he's talking about the lam. What does he say? وَاللَّامُ أَدْنَاهَا لِمُنْتَهَاهَا. So today we will cover the lam, inshallah. The lam is better than beef. What do you think? This is what I heard. Lamb is better, is even safer. But anyway, both are important. Okay, but both are good, alhamdulillah. And lamb is adnaha limuntahaha. What does that mean? We already explained this, by the way, right? Adnaha means what?
Close.
Close. Adnaha, not adna. Adnaha. Adnaha means what? Literally. First we understand the line literally, then we go and explain. Adnaha means it's near. It's near. The near of what? Of the edge, exactly. Because he said before that, وَالضَّادُ مِنْ حَافَتِهِ. The ضاد, I'm connecting the two lines now, 13 and 14. وَالضَّادُ, the ضاد, is from where? Min hafatihi, from its edge. The edge of what? The table, right? The edge of what? The tongue. The edge of the tongue. I keep tricking you because you have to be awake, right? Keep your hand down, keep your head free like this. Don't lean your head. Because اليد التي يا شيخ تسند الراس تجلب. If you know, you'll get $1. $1.
You said this before.
I know I said it. This is why I'm telling you. اليد التي تسند الراس تجلب. Who knows? Alhamdulillah. I'll have the dollar. تجلب النعاس. The hand that leans the head, it will bring sleepiness. Sleep, right? Drowsiness. It will make you, right? Okay. وَالضَّادُ مِنْ حَافَتِهِ. The ضاد is from its edge, the edge of the tongue. إِذْ وَلِيَ لَضْرَاسَ مِنْ أَيْسَرَ أَوْ يُمْنَاهَا. From the part of the edge, which is the far edge, that's opposite to the big molars, to the big teeth, to the molars. So that's where the ضاد from the right or the left. Not da, from inside. Now he says, وَاللَّامُ أَدْنَاهَا. And the lam from its near. The near of what? Of the edge. أَدْنَاهَا, from its near. Li means what? Two. Li means what? Two. Li muntahaha. Muntahaha means what? Arab. Muntahaha.
To the end.
Its end. So the lam, he summarized the makhraj of the lam in two words. From its near to its end. From its near to its end. From the near to the end of the edge of the tongue. What does that mean? If you attended the previous classes, you will know this very well from the pictures. Let's take this picture first. The original picture in which we covered the parts of the tongue. Look at the screen. And sorry for the Facebook people, because you have to watch the YouTube so that you see the pictures. Look at the screen. Where is the near edge? First of all, this is the edge, guys, right? This is the edge of the tongue, right? What do we call it in Arabic? وَالضَّادُ مِنْ حافتي حافة اللسان حافة اللسان. And this is the other edge, right? This is the other edge. This is the other edge of the tongue. We said this part from here to here, what do we call it? The far edge. This is where the dot comes from. If you know this well, you will be able to fix your letters and help others. If you don't understand this, you will not be able to do so. This is the far edge. And from here to here, what is this part here? That's the near edge of the tongue. That's the near edge, this part. And what is this here, this line? This is the end of the edge. From the left side, same thing. This is the near edge and this is the end of the edge. Is this clear? Clear? Yeah, so the laam is where this part here, from here to here. What do we call it in English? This shape, what do we call this shape? Huh? Arch, right? Arch. Is this working? I'm wondering what I forgot. I forgot about the marker. This is the near to the end of the edge. This is the laam. Okay, this is the tongue. So we're talking about this part. Now here, very important point. What do we touch when we do the laam? Do we touch this part or only this part? Number one or number two? Which part? Which part do we touch? All of this? No problem, no. This part, all of this part, or only the edge? Only the edge. This part, as we will see inshallah today, maybe that is the noon. What do we call this part of the tongue? This part, all of it, all of this part. Who knows?
The tip.
All this black thing is the tip. I'll hold myself. This whole part, what is it? Who knows? The front. We mentioned this. Look at it. Look. Show them. Show them. Show them the picture. Show them. This is the front, huh? It's the front part. This is the front. This is what we're talking about. Got it? This is the laam, huh? From here to here. While this, all of it, all what I'm covering is the noon and the ta and the dal, as we will see. Tamam? So that is adnaha li muntahaha. That's adnaha li muntahaha. Another clear picture here. Look at this. This one is also clear. Tell me which is the laam, the yellow color or the green color?
Yellow.
Huh? The yellow color. See? Only the yellow, not the red. Only the yellow. That's the laam. Clear? It cannot be clearer than this. طب يلا. So now, let's read. What is the makhraj of the laam? What is the makhraj of the laam? When we do this, guys, before we continue there. So now you understand the poetry. وَاللَّامُ أَدْنَاهَا لِمُنْتَهَاهَا. When you say this, where is the makhraj closed or open? Closed. What about the sides, Isa? Look, if I say up, listen, up, is that open or closed? Or partially open, partially closed? That's closed. Up. And this is why we make qalqala for it. But the laam, look, it's closed from the front. Still, you can hear the laam. How? Where is the sound coming from? From the sides. This is why they say the laam has that sifa of inhiraf, curving. Means the sound is coming from these curves, coming from the sides, as we will see in the picture. So this is why the laam is shadid or rikhu or bayni. Bayni. Shadid means the sound is cut off. رخو means the sound is flowing. بيني means it's partially closed. وبين رخو والشديد لين عمر. وسبع علو خص ضغط قر حصر. Right? وبين رخو والشديد لين عمر. وسبع علو خص ضغط قر حصر. So, this is, honestly, this is not very practical sifa to know about the laam, but this is just descriptive sifa, okay? So, we touch the upper gum ridge or the alveolar ridge with what? With the near and end of the edge of the tongue. Who can repeat? That's how you do the laam. We're not going to spend long time on the laam because everyone knows the laam. Now, what most students make mistakes in is making the laam heavy or light. Here they make mistakes. But before we move to that, who can repeat how is the laam produced without looking at the screen? Touch what? Isa, I'm going to give you a prize today, inshallah. Say.
Touch the alveolar ridge with the tip and end of the edge of the tongue.
Tamam. Touch the alveolar ridge. We explained these terms. So if someone says, alveolar, what is alveolar? We explained that this means you need to study those classes. We explained them in detail. The alveolar ridge is what? The gum ridge. Is what? The gum right behind the upper incisors. Touch your gum ridge. This one, huh? Right? So you touch the gum ridge with what? With the front part of the tongue or with the near to the end of the edge of the tongue? You touch with the near to the end or the near and the end of the edge of the tongue. Say al. I want you to say an. Say an. Al. You feel that with the laam as if you're touching this way. With the laam you're touching like this. With the noon you're touching like this. With the whole front part. While with the laam only the edges. Tamam? As we will see in the pictures. So the laam is produced, as you can see there, by touching the upper gum ridge or the alveolar ridge, which is right behind the upper front teeth, with the near and end of the edge of the tongue, which is the tip of the tongue. Tamam, the tip of the tongue. We can call this, all this we can call the tip of the tongue. Mashi? Yani, this is the tip, practically to be more specific, this is the tip, and this is the near edge. So the near edge and the tip, okay? This arch is is the place where you produce the laam, by touching this part to the gum ridge, as you see in the diagram. Look here. So this is the laam, as you can see. So the sound is coming from the right and the left. When the tongue from here, come ya, Sheikh Nabil. So I'm touching, this is the gum, huh? And I'm touching with what? With the near and end of the edge. Come show them where is the sound going out from. So suppose this is my tongue, okay? And this is the roof. So I'm touching this. Where is the sound coming from? Exactly. Put your fingers like this. Exactly, right? So this picture that you have seen, this is the picture that we just explained. See it? This is where the sound is going from. It's coming from right and left. Because here is closed. And here is open. This is why the laam is what? Shadid or rikhu or bayni. Bayni. See here? This is where the sound is coming from. That is again descriptive. We're gonna again, when we talk about sifat al-huruf, we're gonna explain this attribute again. But now, you can understand it from now. This is the part we use in the tongue, of the tongue, right? You can see in the screen. That is the near to the end of the edge, right? The near, as you can see, the near to the end of the edge. This part touches this part. Like this. This part touches this part, right? So that is the place of the laam. That is the place of the laam. وَاللَّامُ أَدْنَاهَا لِمُنْتَهَاهَا من أدنى حافتي اللسان إلى منتهى طرفه, from the near edges of the tongue to its end, with the upper gum, or with what corresponds to them from the roof of the mouth. Any question? No questions? Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's start the main things about the noun. As we mentioned always, every letter has at least how many sifat? Who knows? At least 3. How many sifat they have opposites? We have jahr and hams, tafkhim and tarqiq, rakhawa and shidda, itbaq and infitah. What else? At least we have 4. So every letter in Arabic must have, even in non-Arabic languages, even in the other languages, every letter must have at least 4 qualities. So you have to learn number 1 what? The makhraj, how that letter is produced, where it is produced or articulated. Then you will learn what? The other qualities of that letter. Now we're studying what? Only the makhraj. But with the makhraj, sometimes you must learn the basic attributes or qualities of that letter. This is what we're doing. Then when we go to the 3rd section, we study each single quality of each single letter. Inshallah. I said there are qualities of the letters or sifat that you have to keep in your mind when you pronounce any letter. What are those ones? I mentioned 3 ones. What are they? Look at your notes and tell me. The first one, tafkhim or tarqiq. Any letter you pronounce, you have to keep in mind, is this letter heavy or light? Is this letter heavy or light? Because this quality sometimes changes the letter into another letter and sometimes doesn't change. Example, if I say Bismillah, Bismillah or Bismillah, did the letter change? It didn't. La, did it change? It didn't, but it looks like awkward, right? But what about as-sira or as-si? As-si. Did it change? The whole letter changed. As from the same place of us. What's the difference? What's different? This is heavy, this is light. See how important? So this is first sifa. Second sifa is what we mentioned. Hams and jahr. Does this letter have breath with it? Is it mahmoos? Does it have breath with it or not? That is the second sifat. The third one, qalqala, right? These 3 sifat are the practical sifat of every letter that you have to keep in mind. Yalla, let's apply this to the laam. Yes, Sheikh. Rikhwa and shadid, they're not very practical. Why? Because, exactly, because if they are shadid, if the letter is shadid, what do we do for the letter? We have to make qalqala for it to get rid of the shidda. Or we make what? Hams. Either qalqala or hams. Or tasheel for the hamza. I mentioned this. I'm going to explain this to you. The shidda letters are what? I mentioned this. I'm going to mention it again. One more time. What are the shidda letters? Quickly tell me. شديدها لفظ أجد قطن بكت. Right يا شيخ? أجد قطن بكت. What are these letters? Shadid means what?
They have shidda.
They have shidda means what?
The sound.
The sound is cut off. The sound is cut off. As-sama. As-sama. The hamza, the sound of the hamza is completely cut off, right? Aq, yaq, at, ash, at, ak. Because the sound is cut off, the Arabs naturally, what do? They get rid of this shidda by 3 ways. 3 ways. With qutbu jad, these letters here, qutbu jad, these 5 letters, how do they get rid of their shidda? By qalqala. So the Arabs, they don't say, for example, khalaq, اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق. No, they don't do this. It's difficult. So they get rid of the shidda by bouncing those letters. So they say what? خلق, علق, إق, أط, أج, أد, أب. Right? They get rid of the shidda by qalqala. What about kaf and ta? Do they say إذا السماء انشقت شقت? No. Do they say, what's the other, the kaf? Do they say ألم نشرح لك صدرك صدرك? No. What do they say? They say صدرك. Huh? صدرك. That's the hams. You release the breath. This is how they get rid of the shidda of that letter. إذا السماء انشقت. I'm just exaggerating it so that you can hear it. But you should not exaggerate it. Got it? What is left, Ya Sheikh Shakur? What is left?
The Hamza.
The Hamza. The Hamza. How do they get rid of the shidda of the Hamza? Some Arabs, they do. Some Arabs, they don't. Some Arabs, what do? They drop the Hamza. They make this heel or they drop it completely. For example, one of the readings I read to my Sheikh from Hisham reading, what does he say, for example? He says, Minas Sama. He doesn't say Sama. He drops the Hamza completely. He says Sama. Tamam? Or he makes Ishmam. He makes what? Ishmam. Means you just round the lips. Sama. Sama. Or he brings part of the Hamza, part of the Dhamma. Sama. Sama. For example. Tamam? We have Warsh, for example. He dropped the Hamza. He doesn't say Min al-Ard. What does he say? He says Min al-Ard. Min al-Ard. Right? He doesn't say Yu'minun. Yu'minun. What does he say? Huh?
Yuminun.
Yu'minun. Yu'minun. Tamam? So this is how they get rid of the shidda. Okay. So yalla, did you got it, Ya Shaykh Isa? So now you know why. When we read, we have to keep in our minds about every letter. The main sifat are heavy or light, mahmus or majhul. Is there breath with it or no? And the third one is what? Qalqala or no. These are the only practical sifat for the letters. The dar is special, it has istitala, you have to do istitala. But all of the other letters, keep these in your mind. And the other ones are just descriptive sifat. They're just describing how the letter is. But practically when you read, you don't need to associate them or to recall them in your mind when you're reading. But when you're reading, you have to have these three at least. Mash. Yalla, is the lam heavy or light? Yalla, quickly, ya akhi. The lam heavy or light? Sometimes heavy, when is it? What is the general rule? The lam is always light, except in all words, the lam is light, except in two words. It is light in those two words when it is preceded by kasra. That is the whole rule of the lams in the Quran in Hafs narration. Hafs narration. Warsh has his own rules for the lams. Got it? As you can see, make the lam always light, except in the words Allah and Allahumma. In these two words, it will be light only when they are preceded by a letter with kasra, as explained earlier. Clear? The lam is always light, except in the words Allah and Allahumma, in case they are preceded by a letter with fatha or dhamma. Clear? So the lam is always light in all the words, even in the words Allah and Allahumma. It is light unless it's preceded by a letter with dhamma or fatha. So it's wrong to say when you make adhan, Allahu Akbar, right? Allahu, right? And there's a very, very easy word that every English speaking person I heard, they know it. They say a lot, right? Did you ever hear someone say a lot of people? Huh? Did you hear that? A lot. So when the kids, they say Allahu, Allahu, Just remind them of this word, a lot. Tell them you say a lot, or you say Allah. So that's the lam we want. Say Allahu Akbar, right? Allah, that's by consensus of all of the Arabs, all of the qira'at. When the lam, when the word Allah and Allahumma, they are preceded by fatha or dhamma, no one of the Arabs ever makes it light. It has to be heavy. It's really unacceptable. And you can learn it just as you say a lot, say Allahu Akbar, right? Allah, Allahu, right? Don't say Allahu, okay? Okay. If you say Mashi, still fine, but please learn, yani. So that is the main thing about the lam. Make the lam heavy when it is supposed to be heavy. Before we move to the examples, who can tell me the difference between the heavy lam and the light lam? Look at the screen and tell me the difference. Tell me the difference between the light lam and the heavy lam. So always remember, I'm gonna get these pictures, huh? You know, I love this question, really, I love it. I put a picture and you have to guess the letter. I really love this question. You too, I'm sure. So what is this letter here on the right? How do you know it's heavy? Is it because the back part of the tongue is raised? If you say this, you get 0. Always the heaviness is because of the curve in the tongue. Look, in the waw, is the waw light or heavy? The waw. Light. Yet the back part of the tongue in the waw is raised. The back part is raised. But it's not curved. When it is curved, what will happen? The sound will go up to the roof and will reflect back, making this heaviness or this echo, which is the heaviness. So this is the heavy lam, as you can see there. From the front, look here, from the front, exactly the same, huh? Exactly the same. But what makes the lam, la, different from la? What makes lam different from light, la, lam, light, right? What makes them different? In the heavy, the tongue is curved, the back part is raised, and the tongue is curved from the middle. While in the light lam, the tongue is not curved. The tongue is not curved. That is the heavy lam and the light lam. Any question? Okay, no questions. We will read the examples and we will finish with the rule on the Shamsi lam and the Qamari lam, which is something important for every even lay Muslim or normal Muslim to know. Yallah, I'm going to read the examples one by one. You read with me and you practice. This is your chance to practice. This word وَلْيَتَلَطَّفْ, it comes in the middle, exactly in the middle of the Quran. According to many scholars, it comes exactly in the middle of the Quran. It's a nice word. وَلْيَتَلَطَّفْ means let him be kind and gentle. Okay. Again, why I brought these words? Because most students, they make mistakes in these words. So these are examples of the mistakes of some of you and other students. وَلْيَتَلَطَّفْ. So وَلْيَتَلَطَّفْ, la. Especially because there's a ta after it, which is heavy. وَلْيَتَلَطَّفْ. Notice when you're students in the Sunday school or someone else, I know some of you now, some people ask me now, they need tutors. So I started referring some people to some of you guys, some of you. But believe me, wallahi, this is a big aman, a big trust. Even though I'm not like 100% satisfied, but you know, honestly, I started referring some people to some of you because even with this knowledge that you have is better than many other people around or Skype people or whatever. But please, even if I send some people to you, okay, Don't think, khalas, you're gone. You're done and you're gone and you reach. No. Please keep learning and be aware that this is a trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has entrusted you with. So you have to be careful and attentive. Many kids, when they read the Fatiha, they say, walad, 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 walad. So make the lam light. Walad, huh? Say walad, walad,
ولا
walad, walad, ضالين
ولا الضالين
ولا الضالين.
ولا الضالين.
There's another common mistake here some people do. What is it? In the word ضالين. Yalla, teachers. What is that mistake? Yes. خلاص Sheikh Isa, I'm gonna give you a prize inshallah.
They don't make number?
They don't make numbers, so they say ولا الضالين ضالين. No. In the Shafi'i school, if you don't get every single shadda in Al-Fatiha, your salah is invalid. Your salah is invalid. And I'm with this opinion. I'm Shafi'i. Alhamdulillah. You're Hanafi, I'm Shafi'i. You're whatever, I'm Shafi'i. And he has the full right, and he's absolutely right, because this is something you have to read 17 times every day at least, and you don't go and spend some time to learn it, right? Because dropping the shadda means dropping a letter. So it's not وَلَا الضَّالِينَ. Show the shadda of the lam, two lams. وَلَا الضَّالِينَ. Now there's a mistake on the other extreme. What is it? On the other extreme of this mistake, what is it? Many imams, they do this mistake. They say, وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. No, it's just two lams. وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. اللين. تمام? وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. Try.
ولا الضالين.
يلا. خَلَقَ لَكُمْ.
خلق لكم
خلق.
خلق.
Always, if you find a word difficult, cut it. And use your hands with the kids. They love it. They love this way, and it's helpful. It's helpful, huh? Yalla. Get up, ya walad. Poke him. Say Now make it faster. خلق لكم وعلل. Look, two lambs. وعلى الله قصد السبيل.
قصد السبيل.
وعلى الله قصد السبيل.
وعلى الله قصد السبيل.
فضل الله. رسول الله. فأنذرتكم نارا تلظى. وليعلم الله. Not wali. Pay attention to that. This is why I brought this example here, because the lam has kasr. Not وليعلم. وليعلم الله. لمن make the back line. لمن ليبطئن. قل لله. See, I got this example because one of you made this mistake. Qulillah, make it clear. Two different things. Qulillah different from Qulillah. Two different meanings. Qulillah.
قل لله
وهو اللطيف الخبير.
وهو اللطيف الخبير.
أنزلناه. We're going to talk about this word in a bit. لا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به.
لا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به.
ما لا طاقة لنا به.
ما لا طاقة لنا به.
والجبال أوتادا. من الجنة. من الجنة أو من الجنة؟ حفاظ. الحفاظ. الجنة. Both. Both are in the Quran. Okay, but good. It's Surah Al-Nas, yes, you're right. من الجنة. But it's in the Quran, both are there, right, ya Sheikh? Okay, ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه. ما أحل الله لكم. أحل الله لكم. لم يلد. وليتق الله ربه. وليقولوا. This is common mistake, guys, among some of you. You don't say وليقولوا درست. وليقولوا. If you say وليقولوا, you change the meaning. وليقولوا means let them say, right, Sheikh? But وليقولوا means in order that they say. Big difference between the two. You see the importance of the haraka, to really pronounce the haraka right. That changes the meaning if you don't pronounce it right. وَلِيَقُولُوا دَرَسْتُ. فَلَا يَصِلُ إِلَى اللَّهِ. فَلَا يَصِلُ إِلَى الله. Again, وَلِيَرْبِطَ عَلَى قُلُوبِكُمْ. بل لله الأمر جميعا. منها الأذل. You don't say منها الأذل. If you say الأذل, you change the meaning. منها الأذل. فيصلب. No, that's what. فيصلب. خلطوا. فآمن له لوط. وليتمتعوا. وأضله الله. جعل لكم. فقل لي عملي. إلا الله. من قبلك الخلد. ثم ليقطع. فيضل الله من يشاء. وليشهد عذابهما. Any question? Do not merge the lam into the noon. The lam, They call it also one of the huruf of al-idlaq. Who remembers what Imam Al-Jazari says about them? وَفَرَّ مِنْ لُبِّ الْحُرُوفُ I'm going to tell you the first part. وَصَادُ ضَادٌ طَاءُ ضَاءٌ مُطْبَقَ وَفَرَّ مِنْ لُبِّ الْحُرُوفُ الْمُذْلَقَ. So why مُذْلَقَ? Because it comes from the tip of the tongue. And what does that mean? That means sometimes they run away from your tongue. Like what? Like this. إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ. Where's the lam? It ran away. أنزلناه. See? جعلنا. This is common mistake. This is why I put it separately. وجعلنا الليل لباسا. وجعلنا الليل. No. وجعلنا الليل. See? وجعلنا الليل. أنزلنا. جعلنا. تمام? And Imam Al-Jazari mentions this. أنعمت والمغضوب مع ضللنا. He mentions some of these words in the other sections. Okay, let's finish with this rule on the lam shamsiyya and lam qamariyya. What did we say about the lam shamsiyya and lam qamariyya? Of course, we explained this since we lost the recording. This example first then. Yeah. What do you say? Al-Jibala, right? Al-Jibala, okay. What is this? What is this? Make sure you don't say alif. Make sure you don't say alif. What is this? Hamzat wasl. What do we do with Hamzat wasl? Why the Arabs have Hamzat wasl? To help them start the words that start with sukoon. So when you connect Hamzat wasl with any letter before it, you drop it. Now, this al, as you can see in all of these words, what do we call it? Hamzat wasl, then here you have sukoon. This is very important for you guys, those who are helping in the Sunday school. Many kids, they have problems with these. Some of them, they say jibala. They don't know how to pronounce it. So this al always is pronounced as al. And it's called what? Al of the ta'rif. Which means what in English? The. It is made up of two things. Hamzat wasl and what? Lam. This lam is sometimes shamsiyya and sometimes qamariyya. Shamsiyya means what? Like the word ash-shams. Is the lam in the word ash-shams pronounced? So lam shamsiyya means what? Silent lam. Now, is the lam in the word al-qamar, is it pronounced? Yes. So when we say lam qamariyya means what?
You pronounce the lam.
Not silent lam. Means you pronounce the lam. Got it? You see where they got lam shamsiyya, lam qamariyya? Okay. Is this lam shamsiyya or qamariyya?
Depends.
Depends on what? On what? What letter comes after it? So always we look at the letter after the lam. If the letter after the lam is a qamari letter, means the lam is what?
Pronounced.
Means qamariyya, means it is pronounced. What are those qamari letters? Ibghi hajjaka wa khaf aqimahu. Who can tell me what letter is this?
Hamza.
Hamza. Just so this is not right. It should be like they should write the Hamza like this way. Let's say, for example, they put the Hamza in the shape of Hamzat wasl just to make a sentence. Do you understand? You understand? Just keep this in mind. Ibghi, this is a verb. which means ibghi means seek, to seek. You seek something. Like ibghi hajjaka, seek your hajj. Okay? So they just put it in the shape of hamzat wasl. Why? Just to make a meaningful sentence, so that you memorize. But practically this is not right, because this is hamzat wasl. And can we have hamzat wasl after the lam?
No.
Impossible. Right? Impossible. So, after the lam which is sakina, we can have hamzat wasl after the lam which is not sakina. Like listen. Listen. This is lam, but this lam has kasra. Okay? It is originally sakina. Okay? And when we added the word ism, hamzat wasl in this word doesn't have sukun. What did I say? I said something wrong here. Not because we don't have two sukuns. No. Why we cannot have hamzat wasl after the lam? Why? We can have. Only in such case. Like we have a word that starts with hamzat wasl and we want to put al for it. Then in that case, what do? We will definitely do what? We drop it. We will drop it. Right? We will drop hamzat wasl. Okay? So we say al-ism. Right? Al-ism. Tamam? So this al, we might have hamza after it. Hamza. Normal hamza. Not hamzat wasl, normal hamza. Or ba, or ghain, or one of these letters. And this is ha. This is ha, of course, not ta. This is ha. So these letters are what? What are they called? Ha? Who said shamsi? Remember, aqimahu. Qamari. Shall I withdraw the brush? Okay. Qamari letters. You should not, if you gift something to someone, you should not take it back. If you take it back, there's a very I don't like to say bad. It's not a good. There's a very discouraging simile in the hadith that the one who regains or re-asks for a gift he gave is like a dog who recollects his vomit. Right? Okay. So if you gave me something, never ask me to take it back. If you gifted me something. Okay. Ibghi hajjaka wa khaf aqima. These are what? The qamari. So be khalas. The prize is yours. I did not take it back. The qamari letters, when they come after the lam, means the lam is what?
Pronounced.
Is pronounced. Is qamariyya, is pronounced. That's the rule. Got it? Now some students, they want to be, like, they don't want to occupy their brain with this sentence. They say, khalas, if I see shadda here, khalas, means the lam is silent. Is that right? Yes, that's right, but what if there are no tashkil, no harakat? You'll get confused. Okay? One more thing here. When this lam, another sign, they don't know. When this lam is silent, they don't put the sukoon. If you look in your mushaf, when you see the lam is shamsiyya, they put shadda, and here they don't put sukoon on the lam. Why? They're telling you it is?
Not pronounced.
It's silent. While here, if you look at the word al-jibal, in your mushaf, you will find a sukoon. Means what? Means the lam is pronounced. Clear? Clear? Any question? Any question about anything we covered today? We're done with the lam? Yes, sir.
Well, it's like, for example, the word shams, it doesn't have a harakat.
Say that again?
If you're like reading in Arabic, and sometimes they don't write any harakat, right?
Yeah, of course.
So how are you supposed to know if it has like a word that has shadda on it or not?
From the context.
Okay, so that's like some experience.
From the context. Yeah, when you read, like you say, like if you have English, you say it's written I read. If you have this word read a book yesterday, do you say I read a book yesterday? How do you read this word? You say I read. Why? Because yesterday. Even though read, if you say they read a book every day, then you read it read, not read, right? So it depends on the context. Any question? Sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.